There was a lot of laughter. Like, people think it was all angst and tears and stuff. There was a tremendous amount of laughter, kibitzing, messing around. There was a lot of schoolyard bullying from time to time.
In what way?
Well, Roger was very tough.
Pink Floyd was a progressive rock giant unlike any other. By the release of 1973's Dark Side of the Moon, it seemed like nothing could harm them. However, then came 1977's Animals, and relationships were put to the test. In 1979, Pink Floyd released a masterpiece album titled The Wall, and the internal conflict almost killed the band. Producer Bob Ezrin, who worked on the album, spoke about the circumstances behind its creation in an interview with CBC News. He then revealed how Roger Waters bullied keyboardist Richard Wright. Bob Ezrin described a toxic atmosphere during the recording and revealed how Roger Waters often bullied keyboardist Richard Wright. Waters unfairly criticized Wright's contributions, despite Wright being a key part of the Pink Floyd sound. Ezrin suggested that Wright felt insecure and withdrawn after Animals, and Waters, sensing this vulnerability, targeted him, perhaps not intentionally, but instinctively like a typical bully.
There was a lot of laughter. Like, people think it was all angst and tears and stuff. There was a tremendous amount of laughter, kibitzing, messing around. There was a lot of schoolyard bullying from time to time.
In what way?
Well, Roger was very tough on Rick. He was disappointed in Rick's contribution to the record, which was not correct, because Rick's fantastic. And the minute that he plays or sings, it just becomes Pink Floyd. He's such an essential part of the sound. But he's a very sensitive man, and was feeling a little bit removed from the process after the making of Animals, and I think he was self-conscious. And Roger, like many bullies, they recognize weakness. The minute they see it, they smell blood and they go for it. So I think, not consciously, but I think just naturally, Roger started to get pissed off.
The Wall is the band's second best-selling album. It has sold an estimated amount of more than 30 million copies, but when it comes to double albums, the record is the best-selling of all time. It is also noteworthy that David Gilmour was close with Richard Wright. During the Q Awards in 2008, Gilmour also spoke about him.
I'm going to dedicate this, if you don't mind, to my old friend and colleague, Richard Wright, who died a couple of weeks ago. With whom I've worked for 40-odd years now, and that has now come to an end. There's all sorts of music that I'll not be able to play again without him, which is a source of sadness for me. One of the last things he wanted to do in this last year was to do a big outdoor festival such as Glastonbury. We weren't able to do that due to all sorts of strange reasons, which again is something that is a sadness.
So, what are your thoughts on this story? Let us know in the comments, and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.